I mean, in RRQ, that Marsha was out of control in that game one. And EVOS was just not able to stop this particular hero. At one point, I think when the game ended, her net worth lead was almost 3,000 ahead of every single hero in that particular game. So VFM,
I think it was 4,000 actually. Yeah, 4,000 ahead of everyone.
That's even more. That's even scarier, right? That's why VFM, Marsha ban. Also the Kaja. It's their turn to take out Kaja. We might see either Grok or Kufra go through, but RQ. Now they have to make a really big decision.
Yeah, but when you talked about a Marsha pick as well, I think early on, I think when the fight against Esmeralda with EVOS Esports SG, that was something I did not expect because he took down Bambi relatively quickly in that fight. Like it was like 3 to 4 hits. The Marsha just like, whoa, wait, Marsha hits that hard?
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised. Which is why for that particular game, RQ they played that 1-4. Right, Marsha was left alone almost the entire game, and RQ they learned their lesson. They ban out Kufra, but that means Grok is now given away. RQ they might fall back to the high-lows for Liam. Yeah,
this time, Hylos getting open slider here. RRQ is going to take it for himself. We're going to see the revitalized Hylos again. But the Grok is also in the pool. So they understood the power of the Kaja here. Banning the Kaja is fine. Grok is still playable. You saw how, despite RRQ picking the Grok here, you saw that the Grok can't exactly do much unless you're playing for an aggressive strategy. But just because of drops here from game number 2, RRQ couldn't play the super hyper aggressive strat. And one bad team fight in the early stage here just allowed them to be a little bit unable, handicapped in a way. So in this case here, VFM, they're an aggressive team with the Grok. Are they going to push up the aggression this time?
And because of the Grok pick, there's lesser chance for VFM to potentially go for that Baxia, because that is a lot of commitment if you want to go for that particular hero as a direct counter to Hylos, as what Tuturu said in that post-game interview. But there's still a chance for VFM if they want to go for that, which I highly don't recommend, simply because of the presence of Grok. They can still go with the Esmeralda, which has shown a lot of success in the previous game. Yeah, the Esmeralda pick here is great from side of VFM, but I'm a little bit worried here because this time RQ is not playing a Grok or anything else here. They are playing Archive with a Hylos. Hylos is amazing to actually deal with Esmeralda. Same goes for Lolita as well. The slow just do so much damage, and they don't exactly have enough burst here to actually take down Hylos if you think about it. Like Esmeralda is kind of a burst mage where he does damage over time, right? And Hylos doesn't really care about that here. He's not a type of hero like, hey, if you burst me down, so what? Damage over time, so what? I have to revitalize. I have the glorious pathway. I'm gonna out-heal anyone from the side of RRQ. So seeing how this is going here, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a tough matchup, but I feel like VFM, they have to be very worried about what how Liam and Vin is gonna be playing this round, because Liam's clutch Hylos has been on point so far. Yeah, Liam was one of the big reasons that RRQ won game 1 against VFM. But definitely for RRQ right now, it is a bit more robust. They're going to quickly lock in that Granger. Last game they banned out Granger because of the Lolita, but this game they were like, fine, we're going to take him regardless, and we're going to bring the fight straight to you. Well, Granger pick here from side of RRQ, so we're going to see Tuturu on the Granger pick, despite having the Lolita. Very ballsy pick. But at the same time, he's not that worried just because the Esmeralda is going to be in your face all the time. But I'm worried here from side RQ because right now they have so much damage that they have to dish out from the side of BFM. Like they have the Grok that's super tanky. They have the Esmeralda. She's later on is going to be coming out very super tanky as well. Same goes for the protection coming in from the shield of Lolita. So they need something to burst their way through. And right now, Hylos and Akai isn't exactly the kind of burst heroes that this does a lot of damage. Same goes for Granger, which comes up online at least after the second item comes in, the second core item comes in. And finally, RQ bans out that Harv. First game, they managed to handle Harv pretty well. Second game, Hai just went absolutely berserk on this particular hero in RQ. They don't want to deal with it anymore. They know that Granger already has a lot to deal with. Esmeralda, Grok, Lolita, you don't want to add Harv to the equation. Oh, wow. And they're going to pull out their Hayabusa. Yeah, I definitely like the Hayabusa pickup here. Instead of the Hellcurt to actually go for the burst, the Hayabusa definitely stands out just because of the shadow kill. Kind of just negates whatever Esmeralda is trying to achieve, like stacking up shields, building up the shields here. It completely just ignores that, and you can kind of split push as well. If you think about it here, the only split push potential coming from VFM would be right now would be the Hellcurt and Leomon, and you don't exactly want to contest against that. Yeah, and I didn't get to say this previously, but I'm gonna say it right now. The Leomon pick I expected VFM to fall back too early, almost simply not just because of the success, but because of, again, how stable he is. He is those neutralizing pick, right? You don't have to worry too much about your matchup. You know, you always have a good time. The Hellcat, we are finally going to see it. We brought it out after game 1 that Hellcat was one of VFM's frequently played heroes.
Wow.
They're going to bring out in this deciding match, and RRQ, they will finally select their Lunox and in an attempt to win the series.
Yeah, I like what the final pick Lunox here is. Just, if you think about it from side RRQ, right? Like, they have 2 invulnerable heroes here. They have the Hayabusa, they have the Brilliance coming from Lunox. They can dodge whatever Esmeralda is trying to build up in terms of the shield there, and it's gonna help over time. I feel like the mind games in this final draft is insane. Who's gonna win here? I don't know, but you saw Hayabusa was like, hey, it's a great one against Esmeralda. Amazing! But let's pick the Hellcat as well, because why? If you split push, my Hellcat is gonna split push as well. And I feel like compared to game number 2, this draft is super hard to figure it out. Like, I'm not sure who's gonna win. It's gonna be like a 50-50 scenario compared to game number 2. I guarantee you, for those of you watching and whoever is us casting as well, this game is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and it's gonna be crazy, the 50-50, and what better way for to end this deciding series against VFM and RRQ that probably, like I mentioned, maybe not too many people pay attention to VFM to take down RRQ, who people...
Well, don't jinx it yet. It might happen, it might not happen. Okay?
And this is what makes it interesting.
I know they're pretty sure the fans are going to hate on us with this, but I feel like it's as 50 as you can. I like the draft. It's tough. But ladies and gentlemen here, this is going to be game number 3.
And it's just amazing way to open up the first day, the first group of the very first World Championship. This is the second series, but the hype just keeps on building, and it's down to this point. We've already got our first full series, and lo and behold, RRQ against VFM.
This is tough here. How will they play this here? I am Jago, going to be on the middle side here. VFM Fantasy. How they play this here? Lucky and also Hyde. They want to make sure Hyde gets those buffs. So pretty 50-50 here coming from VFM, but you can see RRQ, they are going to be setting up Sin to take top buff early on here. They want to make sure that Sin gets that early aggression here. But in terms of mask here, double mask coming from both teams here, pretty standard stuff on the double supports. So nothing too much big rotations yet coming from both teams. But on the bottom side, they're actually leaving Tuturu all by himself from side RRQ, which is kind of surprising, but still not... It's a great pick as well, because if you think about it here, the safe lane is one of the harder lanes to actually play compared to the off lane.
Oh yeah, and Tuturu on the Granger, you always have a way to kind of get out of danger when needed, and you can always clear the waves out pretty easily with that bullet barrage. But RRQ, is their turn to kind of start the aggression a bit, and this is what the lineup compared to game 2 is able to achieve. You are able to provide pressure onto VFM as compared to just taking blow after blow from your enemies.
Yeah. And speaking of which here, 0-0 Zin finally hit this 4. Very quick start here for them. Cuts the creep wave, and this is where the aggressive plays here coming from RRQ. They're going to push off the creep waves here just to play around the XP bar. Like, if you have that lead here, they're going to go for a dive, and Shadow Kill comes in. That's going to be a close one as well. Nice flicker coming from TD, and if the Shuriken actually connects, he's going to go down.
What a clutch flicker from T to get away. He was really for it. He knew that Sin's gonna dive on him because he did not have that level 4. No Phantom Seed, but now it's VSM's turn to retaliate. Tuturu does use the flicker away. The tower doing a lot of damage. T-Max trying to survive it. The shield does block out damage. And Phyllis here from behind. The right choice is still able to get Broly. Yes, they will. T-Max will go down as well. 2 for RRQ.
Mistakes were made here coming from VFM. Overextension indeed. Nice shield block there. Not giving Tuturu for the kill. He needed that kill for the bounty hunter for the additional goal here. But because of that 2 kills, immediately open things up just beside the turtle pit. And this is where RRQ, they're going to contest this turtle pit. VFM and Decimate, he want to dive in. He's saving it. He steals it. What a steal. VFM, he's going to use the turtle bomb. He's going to kill Win. Here comes the Revitalize. They can't kill him off. How will they please? Tuturu with the Death Sonata. Gets the last kill here actually. I am Jungle. Will finish well. Does he have the brilliance? He's trying to switch it off. Can he switch it inside? Nice dodge there from I am Jungle. VFM, they're going to reset his fight. fight. Here comes the silence. Here comes the Helga. They're going to take off Liam. It's going to be a 50-51. And like I said, Husky, I guarantee you it's as close as it gets.
Yeah, RRQ, they get the advantage in kills, but they lose the turtle, so VFM pretty happy with that, and they are gonna go for Sin. What a block from the Grok, and Sin's trying to jump away with those shadows, and Lucky was ready for him for the second time in a row, and Sin trying to run away. Can VFM catch up to him? Lucky, he needs one more block. He's gonna go for the swing with the totem, and Helga with 5 healers, and they will kill off Lucky as well. Here comes the fantasy, and Teeny is ready to dash. Not Hurricane Dash, not enough from Liam. Lucky stays alive.
Oh my god, that was a slight mistake there coming from VFM. If that wall charge actually landed onto the wall, that would have been instant. They would have not dragged it all the way through. But fortunately for them, they did not lose Lucky here from VFM. So that's going to be a consolation win there coming from VFM. But RRQ, they bought a little bit more time, but they will still lose to Sin in that process.
And you can see just amazing play. Teeny, he got the little one, and Liam managing to buy time with that Hurricane Dance, but that shot from the Depth Zone not able to finish off the Grok. Put RQ in a really bad spot, and off screen just now, they also lost Vin to Broly.
Which is kind of unfortunate here, but in terms of economy-wise here, VFM, they're back in action. They've got the economy. This time, they are going to try and pull ahead here. Esmeralda is kind of online as well. Same goes for Helkert as well. You saw how Broly was just dishing out so much damage. He just needed the right job. But Sin is going to keep on the aggression here. He wants to take down this tier 1. And it seems to me, this is going to be the engagement here. Lucky sees a wild horse out of nowhere. Immediately charges his way out of that fight.
And props to Lucky. He predicted where Sin was going to be 2 times in a row. They're going to jump straight onto this Hayabusa, and they will try to find a kill, but Sin, he is the ninja that he is, able to get away now. Here comes Iron Jago on the Lunox, the brilliant straight away. They're gonna isolate this Lucky from the rest of his teammates. Teeny try to do as much as he can, but Lucky will survive for a bit more longer. Not able to make it out as VFM. They will use this time to snatch the turtle away.
Wow, that was a nice use of a glorious pathway coming from Win. I was expecting like, hey, you open the pathway here. What are you doing here? You're kind of blocked from the wall. But you saw how he actually slowed the Lucky there. And because of that slow, it allowed the team here to actually rotate from the behind and just go for the kill there. Nicely done there coming from Win.
A second turtle going over to VFM, but because of what RRQ were able to get a kill onto Lucky and that first tower, we are almost back to even in terms of goal. RRQ, like you predicted, 50-50. This is what we want to see in Game 3. Everything out the window, especially you have this Lunox Hayabusa lineup for RRQ.
Yeah, and at the same time, iJungle right now, he's got 3-0-0 on the Lunox. He cannot afford to die. Same goes for Hyde, who's on 1-0-0 right now on the Esmeralda. VFM, the next team fight here is gonna decide the tempo here. Whether they lose a couple of towers or not. But T-Max right now is all by himself. Where's the teammate? Oh, they do not want to commit here. RRQ. I'm surprised indeed, but at the same time, they want to defend against here. Darkness comes in.
And now it's going to be Broly trying to make something happen. They're fighting under the tower. The Revital is keeping Vin alive, but the stun is there. Vin somehow still survives there, and now they will keep Broly isolated as Tuturu will pick up the scraps. It's 2 for RRQ.
Oh, mistakes there coming from VFN, and because of that, they get a tier 1 down bottom. But Sin, he's gonna buy a little bit more time here. You look at this, he's threading his way through. He doesn't really care. He's buying time for the rest of the teams. However, Hyde, he gets a solo kill down bottom. He takes out Tuturu.
And that is a consolation for VFM. They might go for more. The wall does miss from Lucky, but Teeny will still commit onto this. And Liam, Dash trying to make it out. He does block out the lemon for now. The flicker not able to connect. Here comes the wall charge, and Hylos, the backup is there. Lucky though gets the swing from the totem, kills off the Liam instead.
Oh, what a bait there coming from RRQ, because right now Lucky will pay with his life. If you think about it here, that play there from RRQ was like Kobe Bryant passing the ball, going for the alley-oop down. If you think about it, right? Sin was buying time from the side of Lucky as well as Teeny. They were wasting like a good solid 1 minute there on top lane, who did not exactly do much here. They couldn't kill off Zin, and they passed the ball all the way to Liam to buy time. And as soon as they passed the ball, yes, he paid with his life, but he forced the Grok into position here. You know what? My Lunox needs a little bit farm. Iron Jago needs it here. Let's give him another kill. And that's exactly what they did. And the economy here immediately building slightly ahead here from RRQ.
Could have been more for RRQ if if not for VFM securing that third turtle in this game, they are recognizing all these opportunities. RRQ, you're busy killing off our course, you're busy defending your team, we'll take the turtle. Ever since that first steal, VFM has been putting a lot of emphasis on this objective, and that is what's been keeping them on their toes against this formidable nemesis.
Yeah, great like you mentioned the turtle as well. Great salvation from side of VFM as well. If they did not get the turtle here, RRQ would have pulled ahead way far ahead as well. But speaking of which, now here comes the battle of the tanks here. Grok versus Hylos. Who's gonna come out on top? The rock or the horse?
Well, it seems like it's gonna be none of them for now.
Well, there's another horse here.
Yeah, there's another horse. There's a guy with a horse. No, one is a centaur, and one is a horse.
I don't know, man. What's going on? But arrival up top here to try to stop the tier 1 being breakdown from the side of
Vin. Gotta be really careful if I rejuvenate, but they will blow right through that. The healing not enough. And that is your front line down for RRQ. And VFM, they smell blood. Is Liam isolated? And darkness arrives. Darkness falls. Hellcut turns off the light. They'll get another kill. This time on the archive. That's both your front lines down. And Sin now comes in for the salvage. That's the higher booster. Jago needs to find a way in. But that's the mega kill. 2 down. And the hammer stun right on top of Jago. And this is the time for VFM to shine. To wipe the ace. And Vietnam will rejoice as they find the first team fight that they need.
What a play. What a play. Let's take a look at the recap here. Apparently, Liam, he arrival all the way towards the top to stop to stop, I think, the Hellcat here from taking down the tier 1 up top. And because of that, he was kind of open. It was like, what was he going to do? What did he need to do? And it was a little bit late here. But as soon as he came down, he immediately got picked off. And it was too late here. RRQ lost that team fight hands down because of the play. They tried to salvage everything, tried to defend against everything. And VFM, they took advantage of the situation.
Yeah, we talk about T-Max and Lucky, but T-Max with that flicker stun, able to catch out Jago, who was the core of RRQ in that particular fight without those front lines, and VFM off of that lead. We talk about how the goal lead was even all the time that VFM recovered by taking 3 turtles, but right now they are in a 4K net worth advantage.
Yep, the Lord is going to be available here. RRQ, they have to buy a little bit of time here. Concentrated energy up on towards Jago as of now. So he's going to buy a little bit more time here, but Hyder needs to die at least once here from side VFM if they want to equalize the score. But unfortunately, say the Holy Crystal is up on high now.
Yeah, and RRQ, invulnerability might not be the right choice to win this because Vin, again called out, has to use the glorious path to get away. Another ultimate expended, and this time VFM, they can't afford to not go for the kills. As long as they push RRQ back, they are pretty fine with it.
Trying to buy time here from side RRQ, and you can see VFM, they're trying to blur out the Lord to try and pick this fight here.
Yeah, VFM is just drawing this safe zone for themselves, and RRQ, they're finding a harder and harder to kind of go out from their own base, but Liang with the Hurricane Dance not able to find any sort of opportunities for his team, and for the first time in a long time, VFM managing to split RRQ apart.
How are they going to do this? VFM, they're cutting the back lines. They're starting on the Lord here. The
Lord is there.
Halfway through.
RRQ, they want to attempt to contest this, but VFM, they're going to pull off the Lord straight away, and they will finish off Hylos before anything else, and that will force an immediate retreat from RRQ. For RRQ, they desperately need to get this Lord, and here comes Hellcat again. He switches off the light, and VFM want to go for more. It's Brawly. Sin with a great sidestep has to go into invulnerability, but Lolita throws out the rest of RRQ, and Monster Kill will be taken away by VFM, and this should be Lord secured.
Oh, nicely done there from side of VFM. Disciplined plays. They know. You saw how Vin was kind of knocked out, right? You saw Sin hiding in the bush. RRQ tried to snipe the Lord. VFM, they intentionally reset the Lord, going for the chase, force RRQ back, and that's exactly where they put them in a position where, hey, we can take your fight. We don't care about if you try to steal with us here. They expecting to steal, but not gonna happen. Sin denies it, goes in for the kill, takes 2 guys. Now, free Lord for VFM.
And game 1 just feels like a fluke right now from VFM because game 2 was convincing. Game 3 looking to go down the very exact direction. Hylos from the side of RRQ been laying out those glorious paths, those red carpet that should have been the path to victory, but VFM just used it as their own spotlight.
Nicely done here, but as of now, it's going to be best. Either team is going to be taking 2-1 here, but VFM is very close to it. The Lord is going to be closing up this tier 3. RRQ going to be cleaning in this house very, very easily here. And However, VFM is gonna think about cleaning out all the outer turrets here in this red side.
And here comes the stranglehold, the strangulation from VFM. You keep RRQ boxed in inside that base, and there's only so much that this Indonesian squad can do. Sin not able to get anything much. IMJago now, he has the entire weight of the team on his shoulder to be the guy that deals damage, to be the guy that carries his team. But VFM, they're gonna go for the 3-2 and start the siege on this inhibitor.
Yep, speaking of which, VFM, how are they going to set this up here? RRQ, they're going to be on the defense here. They are 8k behind VFM. They have to drag like a good solid 3 to 4 minutes here to make it towards the fatigue stage of the game. And this is where RRQ will have a really strong chance to come back to this game. Divine Glaze up on IMJago now. This is where he's going to start hitting like a truck. Glorious Pathway getting used.
Then again, uses Glorious Pathway try to get away, but T-Max again with another zone. Broly just going to dash right in with the Esmeralda, but he gets picked off by the Archive. Great Hurricane Dance from RRQ, and this might be the fight that they need. They're going to start collapsing on top of VFM. Hype goes down, the shutdown for Hayabusa, and it's a 4 for the 3, but lucky with the war chest finds the ninja. Sin though, not going to be afraid right now because VFM is on full retreat mode, and Sin getting the right timing. He bounces around, immortality for Lucky, and Tini is trying to run away. Tuturu going on the chase, Lucky will make it out. T-Max probably will survive there as well, but Tini is in a bad spot. Use the Phantom Seed to charge to safety. RRQ, they'll defend it for 1, but Liam has something else to say, and they will find a Leomon, and RRQ wants to go for more. It's Lucky surviving that one last right click, one last auto attack from IMJago.
Well, the turning point, the Divine Glaives on IMJago, they burst down the tanks, they burst down everything, they committed so much for the high loss there, and now they are equalizing the score. RRQ pushes back. What a game indeed. VFM, they definitely underestimated that fight here. You saw how they committed so much into this win, could not take him down, but when they did, they overextended him stay here. They took down TD. They lost Brawly and Hyde right off the bat from side VFM, and RRQ snowballed their way through.
Yep.
Nicely done.
High step kind of lost them that fight. He went in too far in, and Liam pushes him back with a Hurricane Dance, but VFM, they immediately want to strike back. They don't want to let RQ catch a break, but T-Max pretty low. Lucky in the front, like tanking out most of the damage. Glorious Path is out from Vin. RQ, now again, it's that time. They see the chance, and Lucky, not so lucky after all in this, and it's Broly. He's trying to do the best he can. They find a kill on the Lunox. IMJago is down, and VFM, now it's that time. It's the window for them to go for the win, but can they do so? Because RQ is holding on. It's 3 for RQ. It might be 4, because VFM, they are running out of gas, they're running out of time, they're running out of life. Tini with the last ditch. Immortality will give him a second chance. The Glorious Path is dead, but Tini will not stand. RRQ against all odds. They will not go quietly into this series, and they push back. Now they look for the win.
What a comeback indeed. RRQ, they equalized the score. They dragged it long enough here, and what a clutch as well. You saw IMJago just poking his way through. VFM, they were trying to bait the brilliance for IMJago. They held it to the bait here. They lost the Grok, and now the Crystal is going to be exposed here. RRQ, what a game. Here comes the wall charge win. He survives. How is the Hylos not dead? Why is this horse not dead? That is a true Death Knight. The horseman of death, man.
And VFM, they have one last chance. They blew 2 opportunities to secure themselves the win, to get that upset onto RRQ. But RRQ, we know that they are fighters. They did not stop, and 2 fights in a row has led to this scenario where they are the one who got the first inhibitor. They are the one who's getting control over the lore, and VFM, if they lose one more, it could be the end of this series at least.
The game is not over yet to the Fat Lady Sings, like I said as well. Now, this is the crucial moment here, because why? Sin on the Hayabusa finally getting that Malefic Roar here, and this is where VFM RRQ is going to decide here. It might be the last Lord fight, it might be the last team fight here, and whoever wins and comes up on top is going to decide the entire gameplay here.
That T-Max has been the man of the hour, the man of the team at least, and he needs to do as much as he can. They immediately dive onto IMJago. Lunox down. That is a 4v5, and also they found the Hayabusa. Is this it? Is this Vietnam's time to shine? As Tuturu desperately tries to get away, but Tini is going to go on to his stomp on him. One last auto attack. Tuturu managing to flicker away. Got to get the safety for now, but the wall block onto Vin. They don't have the damage output just yet, but VFM, at least they stole our RRQ. At least they can go for this Lord, the 3rd Lord for this Vietnam team.
Oh no, this is going to be bad here for RRQ. Sin is going to be respawning very shortly here. Same goes for IMJago, but the Lord very quickly taken down here from side of VFM and RRQ. They have to buy time. Liam is trying his best. Wall charge comes in. Here comes the silence. Hurricane dies as well. He's going to be fine, but can he buy enough time here? They need to defend against Lawns here. Queen's Wing up on layup. A little bit more tankiness, but is it going to be enough? They need to clear out these creep waves here. Lord going to be exposed here, but fortunately for RRQ, the two tier 3s up on EVFM from the top side and the middle side is kind of exposed right now. So the creep is going to be slightly slow, but I don't think it's going to be a huge difference towards the creep pushing stages.
Yeah, VFM, even when they're behind, they will take the fight, and it seems like the lights are turned off. Broly goes to the back line, but the focus on Liam. He's buying so much time, and Broly gets caught by the Depth Sonata. He is down.
Wow, my oh my, that's the kill that they needed here, and because they took down Brawley, this is the opportunity for them to defend against this here. RRQ, Glorious Pathway, they want to rotate down quickly as they can here. They don't want the Minotaur to lose fast. Take down the Lord quickly here. They're outside, they're going to get open. Here comes the Esmeralda.
They're going to go for the fight. VFM, they say 4v5, we will take it anyways. And it's in, trying to make the magic happen. RRQ magic hold up great.
Oh!
Into the stun. It's this VFM time to shine, but guess what? Liam is there, and he says, you are not touching my team. Lucky has to flicker away high. Just look for the backline of RRQ. He wants to go for the core, but no kills for RRQ at all. And it's VFM full retreat. They try to go for a split push, but no inhibitors were taken down in that process. And RRQ, they hold on for the 4th time in a row.
Oh, Shadow Q up towards Hyde as well. He has the damage output. He has the medic free roll, but no, he doesn't care. He comes up on top. Oh no, mistakes were made from Zin. Now, here comes the random Zin. Vin is gonna go all out. They want to try and fight this fight. The Esmeralda is lost. Glorious Malvin coming out live. Revitalize not dead, but Vin is not dead. He's got the Immortal. He's not dead as well. They take down the Leomon, but he's not dead. But Broly from behind. They take down Tutoru. Oh my god. VFM, they're doing it.
VFM, they just do not care. They can fight with one less member. It doesn't matter because they know their priority. Big mistake from Zin. He thought he had Hyde in his sights, but 1-3 Hayabusa against a 9-2 Esmeralda. That bloodlust was just way too much for RRQ to handle.
Oh my god, he overestimated his power here. He had the Malefic Roll. Actually, unfortunately, he actually sold it off. I'm not too sure why, but it seems to me Sin is going to be selling off his, switching up his item a little bit more here. We did see a Malefic Roll early on, and right now, RRQ might be at a deficit here, right here. Oh, he's going to switch up his item here to get a little bit, the Rose Gold Meteor here, just to be a little bit tanky now.
And VFM, they have been choking on RRQ. RRQ got a bit of breather a few minutes ago, managing to breathe the fresh air outside, but now they're back to the same confinement that VFM has specially set up for them. RRQ, can they break free of this case once more?
Well, in this case here, Tutoru is going to be switching up here. He's going to be the one to take the Malefic Rock instead of Sin now. No more split pushes here. The job is pretty much done. Top and middle tower from the side of VFM is pretty much done. But now another engagement comes in. RRQ, how are they going to defend against this?
Longest game we had so far, 20 minutes. About to be 21. VFM, we talk about how aggressive they are. At one point, it seemed like they had this in the back, but RRQ, they are not going to bow down as the favorites.
Yep, it's not going to be happening yet there, but Courage must outrun with a little bit more mobility to work with here, especially to get out of the sticky situation, especially in the name of height. Same goes for Broly as well with those silence here. Power potion up on Tiny now.
And it's going to be Liam, a bit isolated from his team, but he should be able to leap away. No problem right there for RRQ. The defense for this particular lineup is strong enough to hold on against VFM, but VFM, we're going to get this tug of war, this push and pull continuously until someone gets picked up, and Vin will be the target for T-Max.
This is tough here because why power potions up on Broly as well. RRQ, they need those the potions up as well from their end if they want to win the next engagements. They have to play this a little bit slow. RRQ, but can they buy a little bit longer time here? Dominance Ice is up on I Am Jago here to try and defend against this aggression, this physical burst coming from Helker and also the Leomon. But the Lord, 50% now.
This might be the last fight. And again, VFM, they pull away from a lot. They go for the reset because they want the kill. They find I Am Jago. He's isolated. I Am Jago needs to get out. The block makes sure I Am Jago can't get away. He's forced into the breeze, but he can't get out. And everyone from VFM will pile on Team I Am Jago. Still survives from now. Gets the shield. And now it might be a chance to do the damage. But the great Lolita ultimate just blocking him off. And now the great wall from Lucky and VFM. They're going to start doing the damage. And here comes Broly. Keep your eyes on this Helker. Not able to get in. Vin is going to soak out as much damage as he can. And RRQ might go for the re-engage. Another great wall coming out from RRQ. But VFM, they're running out of gas. And RRQ might want to get this over with.
Oh, it's not over yet here. They're trying to go defense here because RRQ, they're pushing back. VFM, they have to back out. They've committed so much. Grok, what can you do? Here comes the Hurricane Dance. Liam cancels it off. And the two-man stun. Oh, it's not over. I am Jago. They want to take out Lucky. Nice block there from T-Max. They're not happy. Come on, get that kill. I am Jago. They're doing it. RRQ, they get 3. They want to close this game. What a game. What a play. Liam, what a Akai.
And RRQ will stand strong. You can't draw blood, but you can't take them down. And then they can get the finishing touch at the crystal. Now it's exposed, and RRQ, they don't need the minion wave. They do not care. It is the objective that they're going for. TNE is the only one staying alive, but RRQ, a bit more finishing touches will close out the series. An amazing comeback for the Indonesian squad.
What a play, what a play. RRQ, the Kings of Kings, defending their title here. 2-1. What a crazy game. What a clutch from super long in the late stage here. But they understood their timings perfectly well. The turning point for the game here, it felt like it was I am Jago. The moment he got the Divine Glaive here, they took down the Grok, and we all know that Grok scales really bad into his ultra late game here. You saw he could not do much. The damage, the tankiness was what? Nothing. Nothing.
He got a few great walls, but there was just those little gaps in between, not good enough. And you can see just now on the cams, on VFM especially, they knew they had it. They knew they had that game, but one mistake and slipped away. RQ, they stay strong. We take a look at the stats of that previous game. It was insane. I thought VFM had this. I thought we were going to see an upset, but RRQ, they are not willing to let that happen.
Yeah, that was a crazy game in the year, and I liked how RRQ made the switch as well. Early on, we had Sin getting the Malefic Raw early on, and they knew like, hey, Sin, you can't do a lot of damage here. We need those armor reduction. He sold it off. He switched for a Rose Gold Meteor. Tuturu was the one that get the Malefic Raw, but the turning point here was those penetration items coming from RRQ. I Am Jago was the first turning point where he first got the Divine Glaive, and that is when they took down Lucky really quickly here from side VFM after the Grok paid off, and that's where everything went south. So let's take a little recap here to try and let you know, guys, what I was trying to tell you here. But starting off here, VFM